Yo, we live. You're now listening to Volume 77 of the Bucket Up Podcast. Here with your boy Ty Doyle, aka DJ Buttersauce, aka Ty Lante, aka your mom called me over to cook buck naked like Ving Rhames. And I'm here as always with the homie, the kid JB. What's good?
It's a bird. It's a plane. Nah, it's me, the kid JB. Volume 77 of the Bucket Up Pod, man. I'm happy to be here. You know, I got my bucket list. I worked like 40 to 50 hours. I broadcasted yesterday, and now I'm podcasting with you, bro.
Hey,
It's
two
the kid.
cast.
It's the kid JB. Could have been right last week. Mr. Told you so. Because I ain't always right. But shit, when I'm right, I'm like, yo, I told you so. But yeah, man, happy to be here. Happy to complete the week with my man, my partner in crime, DJ Buttersauce, a.k.a. I call him Bone because I'm in the family now. What
Oh,
up?
there you go. There you go. But I'm good, bro. Obviously glad to be here doing what we always do. Another fucking week. This wild shit. It's been a wild week. Some shit been going on. So we about to talk about that shit.
Hell yeah, man. I got to decompress. We had some emotional things. Shouts to my New York Giants. We will
Oh yeah.
carry on. We'll get to that in a little bit. Shouts to my New York Knicks, rocking them on my mental, physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, good weekend. No crazy restaurant experiences, which is rare.
Wow, really? I actually might have some, but I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll let you speak on yours first. So let's reverse it. How was your weekend, bro?
Yeah. So I feel like we did a lot this weekend. We don't usually go out as much, but we usually leave that to you and Joel. You know what I mean? And we kind of kick it at the crib. But this whole weekend, I guess we just been going to get food because did we go get food Friday night? Yeah. I think Friday we went out. Where the hell did we go? I'm like, see, I can't even remember what the fuck I did 2 days ago, bro. But either way, I think the fuck did we do Friday?
Man, you be high.
Right now, I'm not high at all. I'm trying to think.
I'm like, everyone's like, damn, I thought JB's the one that smoked weed.
Right.
Damn, man, it's all good.
No, it's cool. It doesn't even matter. Saturday is the day. It was wow. Because first I went out to brunch with the work homies. You know, we got the brunch club.
Shout out to the brunch bunch. The brunch bunch, bro.
Word. So we went to the spot, and I remember everybody, if you listen, habitually, you remember me talking about how we went to brunch last time, which was like last month. Went to the spot called Hash Kitchen, and we had fucking terrible service.
It's like trash kitchen. You know
exactly. Yeah. We had terrible service. But this one girl was servicing like half the restaurant, and apparently it was her third day, and like they ran out of fucking
blase.
Right. They were giving us excuses. They ran out of fucking coffee early in the morning on a Saturday, which makes no sense.
Speak on it.
You know what I mean? And then fucking all this other shit happened. We were waiting forever for a bill. So we're like, all right, whatever. That was a terrible experience. Can't happen twice. So we go to this new place, Sugar Jam, it's called. And like,
sounds like an ice cream spot.
Yeah, it was like Sugar Jam Bake Shop and like, food and shit. So we're like, all right, this place looks cool. Let's check it out. We go, they sit us in the back, which is always kind of like when they sit you in the back, you kind of get worried. You're like, this seems like a spot where motherfuckers will forget about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so we're like, we sit and it's like, all right, whatever. We back here. It's cool. We order our food. Everything seems cool. The service seems nice. Except for the waiter was out here calling. He called like every dude boss, but he didn't call the girls that. He just called them like, hey, what you want? And he's like, all right, what can I get you, boss? And then like one of the chicks I was with was like, I want to be a boss. But so yeah, he took our order and we're like, all right, whatever, we're gonna get our food. And then they come out and Katie, my fiance, she got the side to her meal, which was like bacon and eggs, but like they didn't give her her main dish. And then the other homie Joe, they gave him his main dish, but didn't give him his side. We're thinking like, all right, cool. It'll probably be like on the way out. Everybody else got their food. Like it'll probably come soon because that wouldn't make sense for them to make just a side dish and not the main dish, right?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be dumb. That would make no damn sense, right?
Yeah.
But 10 minutes go by and we ain't get one of them dishes to come out. We're like, the fuck? So we had to go and flag somebody down to let them know that we didn't get their shit. And they're like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry. Let me see what's going on." Didn't come back for another like 10 minutes. We're like, okay, so we got a flat. Somebody else comes over finally, like, "Oh, you guys all good?" And we're like, "Yeah, we still haven't gotten our food for like these guys." And they're like, "Oh, let me see what's going on." And so then they had another person come back and be like, "Yeah, so I guess they might have forgot. They're cooking up your thing now. We'll just give you guys a discount." I'm like, bro, how does this happen 2 times in a row? People just fucking up.
So then the question is see, I'm always like weary about that. When someone gets their plate late, do you not eat your shit till they get theirs?
We were waiting a little bit because we were thinking maybe it'd come out soon, but eventually, you know what I mean, people get hungry. I don't want my food to be cold.
Yeah.
Your food to come out. And you know what I mean? Katie's like, nah, just eat your food. Like,
right.
Like, she just ate some of my waffle.
Well, it's like in Katie's defense, I'd be like, "Yeah, eat your food," and best believe you guys are waiting for me to finish my shit.
Right. Well,
yeah. So, but then reverse to that, bro. I guess they said like for people that finish their food fast, like myself, I fucking swallow food. Pause. They say don't take plates away because then it makes the other person like feel like they need to speed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So like I gotta try and learn to eat slower because it just makes it not for health purposes, just because it makes other people uncomfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I just, you realize there's like certain people that just eat slow as hell. Like,
right. And
it do usually be tiny people. Like I've been seeing like, the homegirl Crystal was there and like she eats slow as hell. I got a homeboy Andrew back in New York. Shouts to him. He be eating slow as shit, like nibbles and shit. But it's like, you know what I mean? They don't eat healthy, but they eat slow. And they both small as hell. So like I wonder if it's because they eat so slow that they get full quicker on the meals because they nibbling on it,
They say it takes a lot more, if you eat food fast, it takes a lot of time for the food to get from your stomach to your brain type shit and know that you're full. So if you eat fast, you kind of cheat the system. So that's why competitive eaters,
they be going super fast.
Yeah, they eat as fast as they can so they can work up their metabolism, and then it burns the food even more. It's a weird ass system how it works.
Right. But yeah, either way, yeah. So that happens. I mean, they end up being cool about it because they gave us a discount, and like usually they say discount, and you thinking like, oh, they about to throw like fucking 10% on some bullshit,
right?
But the homie there, is a black dude. He was cool, and he gave us 50% on our shit. So I'm like, all right, you know what? That's enough to where I'm not gonna like shoo y'all off to where I'm never gonna come back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like shit happens. Maybe if we didn't sit in the fucking back of the restaurant, we'd be in Gucci. But yeah, and then later on we go to another spot, Trap House Barbecue, where I went with Aubrey and Trav, and Tegan was rolling with us. And we go to put in like a spot to hold, like with our name, and they're like, all right, cool. But then they sat somebody who came after us before us, and we're like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, our bad, like, we'll just give you guys a discount. And we're like, yo. And then Trav was saying, like, yo, I'm tired of always being some shit when we go out. Like, yo, this literally must be how Jesse and Joel feel, bro.
Dude, that's literally, I'm sorry for cursing y'all, but we've been falling back. Today we cooked breakfast, so shout out.
Hey, there you go.
I will say we didn't go out to eat Friday. No, Joel cooked breakfast. Correction, I cleaned. We didn't go out Friday. Because I have been feeling under the weather. Y'all can probably hear my voice. My nose is stuffed as shit.
Shit, bro.
I'm fine, though. I just say my nose can't. You know what I'm saying? When you said, like 30 episodes ago, when you were like, man, I'm never going to take my nostrils for granted.
Oh, yeah. That's how you feel when you get sick.
Right now, I just kind of feel like, like I'm looking out the window, like wishing like days beyond. I'm like days when I could smell shit. Like that was fire.
All right.
I was saying a food hack would be like the time to try food you don't really fuck with would be if your nose is stuffed, because like then you can't taste it as much.
Why would you do that? You don't know.
It's like training wheels, though.
I feel like when your nose is stuffed up and you can't really feel shit, that's when you need to try super spicy shit.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
That's fair.
And then you can power through it. You don't even have to worry about it.
All right. Well, I like that one. But so anyway, we shouts to Joel and I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday night. We actually went to a martial arts class. We are trying to get into that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we we went to a class called Krav Maga, which is Israeli self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
And we went, and Joel was really good at it. I wasn't really into it. It was kind of funny because we went for the free class, obviously, and one of the warm-ups was like you had to run around the mat in just all different directions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking around, and like a lot of the people that come and do this shit for a hobby, or they study this stuff, they were doing like the martial art movements and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And my ass was running around the mat like doing football drills and shit, like doing like back pedals and like running like sprinting and shit. I was like, I didn't know what to do, man. Fuck. Like, I don't know the karate moves or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That's fucking crazy.
So it was funny because this shit's so self-defense oriented, like so self-defense oriented. And the teacher was like, this is in case you get mugged and blah blah blah. And they go around and ask you why you want to get into it. And I've expressed that I want to get into it for like the mental discipline,
right.
not really for the physical part. And they're like, so what made you want to come in? And I was like, well, I told them. And like, oh well, depends on like if you get in a real situation. I'm kind of like, yeah, I never really plan on getting mugged, so other than that, yeah, I'm here for work out and shit.
Right.
So we did this shit. It was kind of funny because Joelle used to do karate back in the day, and she's got hands, bro. Like that's why I don't really give it a smoke that much. But we were doing these drills where you have a pad, right? And two other people, you're in a group of 4, and 2 other people have pads too, and they try to like push you back and forth while you try to get to the pad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like simulating if 3 dudes were beating you up or trying to block you from getting to the enemy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Joel was just like letting them hang, bro, just like swinging them things. And these dudes that were like trying to hit Joel or like try to bombard her, they were just like, "Oh fuck, I bet." Like we rock, like we getting it then. And then reverse to that, or conversely, like I'm not trying to. I'm not saying I'm a big ass dude, but I was a big dude compared to another dude in our group, and he kind of felt like, I don't know if he felt like, yo. He was kind of proving a point to me, like, yo, I do this, because there was a drill we did where you had to hold the pad, and the guy just, you can you can choose who you want to like beat up at the time. And your man was just on me, just laying the hands like left and right. I'm like, all right, man, you got it.
Right.
So
at the little man complex or something, was he short?
I don't think it wasn't short or a complex. I think he was just like really into it type thing.
Oh, okay.
So I let him rock, but it was fine. But Joel did way better than I. I will say it's funny though, because just like anything else, like type of sales and business, they try to not manipulate, but try to upsell. Exactly. Thank you. Joel kind of proved and showed interest from the jump, and it was talking about like, yeah, I would probably do this 4 times a week, 3 times a week. She was like, I might do this like full time. Like I like it a lot. And I was like, that's cool, man. That's really cool. And she knows I'm trying to get into hockey, and I do the gym already, and I do the football shit. And this, like, I'm not trying to become Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would just do it like once a week or twice a week for the fitness and to learn some shit. That's all I really want to do.
Right.
And what's funny is because they were kind of looking at me like, so what's up, Jesse? You trying to do this all the time? And I was like, well, nah. I'm down to come. Yeah, I was like, I'll come like once or twice or some shit. And the guy's like, oh, well, I mean, you don't really. The thing is, it's like for the people that really want to learn this and master this, they come every day. I mean, I don't even go to the gym because I get all my fitness here. And I was like, well, that's cool, man. I just, I kind of feel like, that's not me. I got a life, outside of this. and he was like, okay, yeah. I was like, yeah, I mean, I want to come here for maybe once or twice. And then what's funny is after we talked about all that shit, we got our like report cards back. and my shit said like basic, like basic level training. And then at the bottom it had notes, and Joelle's was like, to her credit, she's good at this shit. But it was funny because Joelle, who already piqued interest, they were like, she's great, fast learner. And then to me, they're like, yo, he needs attention. They're like, he's into it, but he needs attention. And I was laughing, but so not for me. Shouts to people that can defend themselves by getting mugged. I hope I'm not in that position. Knock on wood.
I mean, that's like a cool thing to just do.
So my bad. And this leads to a restaurant review.
Oh, okay.
So then after this, we were hungry and there's not much open. We, towards the end of the night, so we were just kind of like, fuck it, let's just get. We pulled into the plaza and where there's the sushi spot, and I kind of didn't want to wait for sushi because I was kind of impatient. So then I looked to the left and there's a Mediterranean spot, and I'm thinking, okay, Greek food, right? And I don't know really what the country was, to be real. But it was a disgusting restaurant, bro. And you walk in and there's these like 3 college kids, and they were like, I don't know where they're from, but they were just burping and being very disgusting and just like, I don't know, just being very immature and loud while we were waiting for our food. And what's so funny is we ordered it to go, and it was like this 16-year-old kid just walks out from the back, and he's like, what do you guys want? And we like named it like, oh, I want the pita wrap, and Joel wanted like the chicken plate or whatever. And he kind of just looks at us, and kind of scratches his head. He's like, 1665. And we're like, all right, man. And they didn't even have a register, so he just takes the money and goes in the back.
What?
Yeah, dude. And we're like, okay.
If I was paying with a card, then what?
No, we paid with. So Joel gave him a 20, and then it was $16. So we get $3, whatever change. And they go to the back, and then we're posted for like 30 minutes, man, just waiting for this shit. Meanwhile, the kids that are eating there are just disgusting, bro. They're burping and being really, really like, those loud cartoon burps. Like that.
They have a competition.
Yeah, that type of shit. And they were, it was gross. And I just wanted to get out. There was flies flying around the place. And then, of worst of all, the man that took our order, as he's walking out, he's barefoot in the fucking restaurant, bro. I'm like, man, I'm good, son. I told you, I was like, I'll Venmo you. I'm not paying. I'm not eating this. This is gross. And we get home, bro, and I take one bite and I spit it out. It was disgusting. I was just like, I was like, I'm never going to that spot or near that spot again.
I feel like, it just was like, I don't know, because sometimes it'd be like holes in the wall, be making the best food, but you definitely don't want to know what the hell the kitchen look like.
Right. I mean? But then there's some places like back home, like some Chinese spots that have all the menus on the wall. And they're gross, and you're like, all right, man, is that chicken real chicken? They're like, nah. And you're like, all right, I'm out. And then, bro, it was nasty, and it was funny because Joelle ate a bite of hers and spit that out, and I looked at her, I was like, I'm making pizza rolls. Damn, so anyway, that was, I'll just dub that as my Friday restaurant review. Saturday,
you gotta start naming these places because so people don't actually go there.
Yeah, that's true, man. First, restaurant review, but then, yeah, man. Did you do anything last night though?
Yeah, I told you that's what it was. It was
just the brunch.
Oh no, I told you we went to Trap House Barbecue. We were downtown.
Oh yeah, that. But I'm saying
barbecue.
Or and then my bad. Then my bad. I thought it was today. You said you were going to lunch.
No, yeah. I know. I went to lunch today and shit, and right while we're doing this pod, everybody else is at the park right now playing ladder ball. So
ladder ball? What's that?
Yeah. It's like you got it's like 3 levels, and each level is worth like a point. And you throw it's like a ball with it's like 2 balls on a string. And you kind of toss it. You try to make it on one of the levels, like to wrap around it.
Oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like horseshoes. It's kind of like horseshoes, right?
Yeah, but it's like kind of like different. Like instead of the pole being vertical, they're horizontal.
Yeah, I'm not nice at that, but that's cool.
I'm pretty good at it. I'm not a big what's it called? The bean toss shit.
Oh, cornhole.
Yeah, I'm not a big cornhole guy. Fuck that game, but
Yeah, I'm a cornball though. What's good?
oh wow. Well, that was a corny joke, so it goes with it.
Hey, we rocking. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But, anyway.
I guess moving on to like the rest of my week. I usually catch a movie, but I hadn't. I saw Captain Marvel twice. I think that was the movie that I saw this week.
Shouts to that. I wanted to see movies, still haven't. I want to see Green Book.
Yeah, I'm cool on that. I heard too many bad things about that movie.
Well, maybe I can change your mind.
Nah, you won't. It has nothing to do with like the actual movie. It's like all the shit behind it. Like they said, like motherfucker, the dude is supposed to be about. His family said none of the stuff happened and shit. So
anyway,
but what I did watch was some TV. I stayed with some TV shows. I did the TV bracket on Facebook.
I didn't do it, man. I don't even watch 90% of those shows.
Yeah, dude. You be on watching the same shows over and over again.
Be like that.
Damn. All right. So yeah, I watched a new show called Shrill. It's on Hulu. They got the chick Aidy Bryant, who's from she's from SNL. I don't know if you ever watch SNL.
I do. Yeah, we watch SNL all the time. Which one is she?
Aidy Bryant. She's like the bigger one.
What character does she usually play?
I don't know if she got like I can't think of like any like character that they usually have, but she be in most of the skits.
We've been watching it usually based on whoever the musical guest is or the host.
Right.
But, I don't know. Well, okay, keep on.
Yeah, so she got it's a TV show on Hulu, and it pretty much is about her being like bigger and like how like dealing with that shit like in her life, and like how other people kind of treat like some bigger people. It's mainly like bigger women. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so like it like goes around her like how her parents like talk to her certain ways about like relationships, or like she had the one skit. She had like a part of the show was like her she just minding her business, like trying to get some coffee at a spot, and like this like personal trainer person like just start talking to her unsolicited, like you should grab my number, like I know there's a skinny person in there somewhere, and you know what I mean, and like try to like you just got to work hard and do this and that, and it's like fam, I didn't ask for any of this. Like, and then somebody else behind her like, yeah, that was weird. It's like, nah, it's cool. I think she's just trying to be nice. You know what I mean? But like, it's like stuff that people don't realize that people deal with.
Right.
Not that I'm saying you could like, I'm not complaining as a bigger guy, but I could definitely see like where she was coming from and some stuff. But I thought the show was pretty good, kind of showing that. That's like the best part about TV shows is that they kind of give you different perspectives. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure. But it depends on like, it's funny because some people are like, oh, I don't relate to that, so I don't want to watch it. And then some people are like, oh, I want to learn.
Yeah. You want to know and see how other people, how their experience. How would I relate to something like Orange is the New Black? Like, I'm obviously not a woman in prison, but like, if you want to see how that might be for them, then it's cool to put yourself in other people's shoes. But yeah, definitely check it out. It's only 6 episodes on Hulu, so it's a little quick, 30 minutes. In and out, you're not really wasting too much time on it. But I think it's pretty good, funny.
People that question, they're like, why do you care about why do you care about a perspective that's not yours? It's like the same people that watch sports. It's like, all right, well, why do you care about the career path of people that you don't know? Like,
yeah. Like, so you can always boil that stuff down. Like, I was watching the Enrique Iglesias like special. He was saying that his son.
Wait, what?
Enrique? No, not Enrique. What the hell is his name?
You watch it? You mean
Gabriel? Iglesias.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, bro. Why are you watching, bro? Okay. Why are you watching that?
Can't take your breath away. Oh my God. Nah. Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy or whatever. We were watching the other day.
That's hilarious, dude.
Right? And he was saying that his kid was watching like YouTubers. His kid was watching people on YouTube playing video games.
Right.
And like I've seen that before. I'm like, I don't understand that at all. Why the hell would you watch somebody else do something? And then that's what he said. He was like, why would you watch somebody do something you can do? Like, that's stupid. And he was like, well, you watch football, you ain't playing that shit. So I'm like, oh, damn, they got a point. You know what I mean? Like, we watching these sports that we could easily just play. Like, all right.
We just
right.
can't play it at that level. That's the only
Right,
thing.
exactly. Well, just like that was his point. He was like, these are professional gamers. Like, I can't beat the game the way that they beat the game. So that's why
Right,
I'm
but
watching
it's
them.
still okay. I think it's a little different though, because it's still a game that gives you a different it's not, I don't know, whatever.
You can definitely, there's definitely people who are just better at it. But again, I'm with you because it still seems stupid to me. Even though he put it like that, but I'm like, yeah, that he's right though. That's the same shit.
Well, yeah, I defend that, but no, you're right. I defend the spectacle part of it, but I don't defend the correlation that someone very good at a video game is equivalent to someone very good at a pro sport.
No. I mean, but again, I don't know. If motherfuckers good enough to make money off of it, I guess it's like the same shit. But it's like you watch, and like it's not like these motherfuckers are paying $500 to go watch these motherfuckers play a video game, which would be wild. They're just watching on YouTube, so they're doing it for free. So it's like even less of a wild thing. My ass won't even get rid of cable, so I can make sure I watch other motherfuckers play basketball. So
that's funny. So
yeah,
well, cool TV show. For me, I've been watching Good Girls on Netflix season 1, which you just brought light to me that there is a season 2, and it's on Hulu. So
yeah, I've been watching the show too. Great show.
But it's only 2 episodes so far, so can't get too excited. But what's tight is the first season. It was kind of like funny, so to speak. When you laugh.
No, I like it because it's a little bit of like drama and funny, and they talk about some real stuff.
I will say it's a little formulaic in the sense that it's like, oh, here comes a problem, we solve it, let's celebrate. Here comes another problem.
I mean, I don't. That's like every show though. You can't.
It is, but it kind of looked like a seesaw though. It's kind of just like up and down and up and down, and then
they have a problem. You think they figured it out, another problem, but that's just how that. You had to know that's how it was gonna be.
Right, but son, like the fucking Murphy Law shit where they drop keys and they go down a sewer, like that type of shit. It's like, all right, fam, like not everything would go cracking like this. But it's funny as shit. Shouts to Retta, dude. I didn't know she was that funny.
Yeah, bro, you never watched Parks and Rec? What's up?
Yeah, no, I should get into that show. But
you watch The Office all them times, and you never once was like, let me watch Parks and Rec.
I've watched a couple episodes, and every time I do, I'm like, man, let me just watch The Office. I don't know.
Nah. First season of Parks and Rec, I get it. Just like The Office, first season of Parks and Rec is a struggle, but once you get to season 2, it's fire.
All right, I'll try Parks and Rec. But cool. But yeah, so that's what I watched. Finished season 1. Good show. There was a car accident, no spoilers, in one of the episodes. So
oh, that triggered you, right? I'm like, first I'm just like, you can't say no spoilers after you spoiled the thing.
No, but I saw that shit and I was like, oh fuck, and the way it happened was like
Yeah, no, I can see how that'd be triggering for you. But no, yeah, I'm with you though. That's a good show. I'm definitely team. Like, I'll be finding shows before they hit Netflix, but it's pretty apparent that motherfuckers don't be discovering shows until they hit Netflix. We should just do because I'll be knowing these shows, and then I'm like, I don't really tell nobody about them, but I should at least get on this pod and try to tell people when there's a show on Netflix you should definitely be watching. So,
and I just have to, you have to let me, not you, but I'm saying in general, in order for me to get into a show, I can't just sit there and watch it. I have a very small attention span, but if I put that shit on while I'm in the background, then something important happens. I'm like, oh shit, what happened? And then I sit, and I'm into it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be real. That sounds like the worst way to watch any show ever.
But it's effective for me, so let me rock. But that's exactly how it goes down.
See, now I know. Now it makes sense why you can watch The Office so many times.
Right.
You missed like 80% of it, and then you would just watch it again. You catch another part that it feel like you've seen it for the first time because you really ain't pay attention the first time.
In the first that was a different life. When I watched The Office for the first time, I binged it on my laptop. So
okay, I was like, I can see that because sometimes you go back and watch it, like I know you're not on Game of Thrones, but I'm watching Game of Thrones with Katie right now, going back before the last season, comes on, and like I'm catching shit that I missed, and I'm able to answer questions for her because she's like, "Who the fuck is that?" Because it's 18,000 characters. She's like, "Who the fuck is that nigga?" And she didn't say nigga, but she's like, "Who the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "Oh." But like, yeah, I'm like, "Oh, that's this, and this," and so, yeah, no, I can see that.
Well, I saw this dude at the gym watching it on his phone, and I'm like, man, people love this show.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Man.
I should put it on while I'm doing something. Maybe I'll get into it.
Nah, Game of Thrones is not the show to do that.
Well, whatever.
Maybe it worked for you though, because I think the thing that people have, like, I've seen those stages, is like the first season kind of drags a little bit, so people are like, I don't understand the hype. I don't know, I don't get it. And then once you get into season 2, then that's when people kind of like get into it way more, and then they get hooked once you get into season 3. But maybe if you just threw it on in the background and you just see something wild happen, you're like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's pretty much how it is. That's how that show is. Every now and then something wild happens. You're like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do you fuck with Lord of the Rings and shit like that?
Nah, I'm not. My brother's really into that shit, Lord of the Rings and the Hobbits and all that. I was more like Team Star Wars, which I heard you could be both, obviously, but
right. I fell asleep during Lord of the Rings, so I didn't like that shit at all. But I like Game of Thrones because it's a little more like, like actual gore and motherfuckers killing people, and shit like that. But I mean, I don't know. I was just saying, I know people. There's like kind of a correlation between the two, but not really.
Well, I will say, and this is, pat myself on the back here. I don't really like that, these shows, and when I say something like that, my opinion doesn't really hold that much water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't watch a lot,
right? Some motherfuckers are like, "You don't watch Game of Thrones." Yo, Jesse doesn't watch Game of Thrones. I'm like, yes, you guys should not be surprised about this.
Yeah, because you don't watch most stuff. It's
bro, I watch a lot of football highlights. Like, what do you want from me? You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. I get it. But yeah, nah, for sure. Just we'll throw out more Netflix shit. But we get to the main course of the week. Did you see this shit about these like the celebs in the college scandal, bro?
Everywhere you look, everywhere you look, there's a heart. Shout to Aunt Becky, bro. We out here, Full House.
They really had Aunt Becky from Full House was out here.
Jesse, bro. We got to put the theme music in the drop.
Yeah, you should.
But what's it called? Lori Loughlin, man, out here trying to finesse, and I was confused, man. She was trying to bribe them to let her daughter go.
So it's like all complex. Like it was her. Felicity Huffman was also in it. So a couple other like super rich people that motherfuckers just don't know off of shit. But like Lori Loughlin's husband name is like Massimo Gianelli or some shit like that, and he owns.
That ain't John Stamos.
Nah.
That ain't Uncle Jesse.
Right, he got like his own business, so the motherfuckers already are like making money. Yeah, dude, but yeah, there's a lot of them, and the thing that's so funny is like they were giving, I guess, like the coaches of like some of these like schools and like admissions people like extra money to get their kids into like school. And like the thing that makes it funny is like it was USC, bro. Like they weren't paying to get their kid into Harvard. They weren't paying to get their kid into fucking Stanford or Yale or even like Brown or something. Nah, it was to get into USC. And it was like for sure just for looks, because I guess Aunt Becky's daughter is a YouTube personality.
Yeah.
And she was on YouTube saying how much she don't give a shit about school. She was like, I was like, and she was like on there like, oh yeah, I'm gonna talk to the dean because like I kind of want to go to Paris and go this and this and this. And so I don't think my being able to be in class all of September is gonna work for me. Like, bro, what?
Son, so that's so funny. I kind of was saying on that about like, if your kid is not good enough to do something, like, I'm sorry, like it's not really necessarily that you failed and like you're the worst parent, but like a lot of it.
Tell your kids when they took an L. Like,
that, and it's like, Ty, remember when you learned to go on a swing, bro? They push you, and then you gotta pump your legs.
Yeah,
that's what life is, pumping your legs.
Yeah, for real. But you gotta tell your kids when they just not good at shit. Like it's okay. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like I know you won't. Like one, obviously you want your kid to be good at something. Like that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But you still want to be realistic and be able to, because like all life is taking L's. So you out here, and you out here like, oh, you can't get into USC, so I'm gonna pay $500,000. That's how much you pay, $500,000 to get into USC.
That's crazy.
And like a part of me is kind of like,
that's a lot of money for Compton, bro.
Bro, honestly though, a part of me is like, why not let them? You know what I'm saying? If somebody wants to pay, like, what do you think USC tuition is? Like, my
boy Stanley went there, so he got a full ride, which was gangster. I'd say $50,000 a year.
It gotta be easy, right?
Yeah, $50,000 a year, I'd say.
Okay, yeah, it's $50,000 in the USA.
I was right.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
like,
God.
bro, she literally paid double the amount just to get her into the school. Not alone. That doesn't even count how much. Like she still had to pay the tuition.
Wait, so, was it $50,000 a year or $50,000 a semester?
It's $50,000. Ooh, I'm guessing it's semester, right? So
if it's semester, it'd be $800, right? Because it's
hold on.
Well,
yeah, that would be crazy. There's no way, right? I'm guessing it's 50. I'm thinking it's $50,000 a year.
Yeah, $25,000 a semester.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking money.
That's a lot of fucking money. Yeah.
I don't care. You can't teach me nothing that's more important than $5,000 or $10,000. You know what I'm saying?
But either way, so yeah, she's paying $500,000 just to get her into. And on top of that, paying the $200,000 for 4 years of college. Like, bro, she paying $700,000 just for her kid to get a USC degree. I feel like you might as well just let her do it. Like, bro,
she's like, Obama got an honorary degree. What's good,
bro? She paying like 3 times the price, fam.
Right, just give it to her, bro. Come on, the numbers check out.
It's funny too because it's like, you love your kid too damn much. I'm sorry. Like that's the threshold. If you willing to pay 3 times as much to get your kid in this school they ain't got no business being in, and they might fuck your money. You might flush a $700,000 down the drain because they dumb. Like, whoa.
Dude, school and times have changed so much because remember before, I mean, we went to college during social media, but I can imagine before that, people would be like, oh, what'd you come to Arizona State for? What'd you come to USC for? Mm-hmm. Now they're like, hey, what'd you come to USC for? And she's like, you're not on Twitter. Right? You haven't read what's been going on. Obviously, I got here for a reason.
Right, exactly.
So when it comes to scholastics, it's kind of whatever because, I'm kind of like, like some of the shit about school doesn't really matter. So the fact that you're paying for your kid to get into something that like may not guarantee him something anyway, it's hard to explain. Right. But when it comes to sports, man, that's a proven, like, if you're good enough to do the shit, then you can do it. No money can do that, right? And that proved with P. Diddy when his son went to UCLA.
Yeah.
And he was like this all-star running back or receiver. And then, his money kind of got him, in the high-profile high schools, the travel teams, like the good coaching and conditioning. And then, once he got to UCLA, the program can exist without his money,
Right, exactly.
So, like, he kind of got frustrated. And remember, he threw a dumbbell at the coach.
Yeah, because he wasn't playing, bro.
Right, it was a kettlebell. And the kid, it's like, if the kid's not good enough to play, what do you want the fuck? The money's not going to buy a championship, right? Like,
nah.
They're going to put a better running back in,
Right, exactly.
So there is that. And even my dad's brother, bro, he tries to get my cousin into soccer. She played high school soccer or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she was good enough to play in high school soccer and good enough to play in college. But naturally, as a freshman and sophomore, you don't really start,
Right.
And he kept moving her around schools, like, my daughter should start. And then it's like, bro, you don't realize every time she transfers schools, the coaches don't trust her because it's like, oh, well, she ain't
build up anything.
Right.
And you like, am I going to start her over somebody who's been here for a while if it wasn't like she's clearly better than them. You know what I mean?
Right. So and it's like even if she had time to practice and prove herself better, the other
Mhm.
person still has the advantage.
Right.
So with scholastics, you can kind of pay your way in. So with this, it's just funny as shit because the one that catches heat the most is, Bob Saget. But it's just funny that Aunt Becky, who was the co-host of the show,
Mm-hmm.
was like now doing the dirt. It's like, man, Wake Up San Francisco had some wild hosts.
Yeah, bro, she was wilding. The thing it's just so crazy. It's funny because when I first saw it, I was like, don't rich people do this shit all the time? Like, is this not?
They took.
But it's like it's usually they donate like a building or something, right?
She had like red. She had red hair. They took John Stamos' Greek ass, and they made 2 blonde haired twins. I was like, all right, what's going on here?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Right? They just like, fuck it, we already got them in here. But yeah, no, I was like, I'm thinking rich people already did this shit, but like usually, I guess they just donate buildings or their legacy, which is this is funny because people always complain like black people get into college easier because of affirmative action, even though motherfuckers be having no clue who getting in on what because of what. And I've heard many white people in my life say like, well, it's easier for you guys to get in because like why ain't that many of us going to college then? Like, what the hell are you talking about, bro? Like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
And so you seeing all this, and like I'm seeing like I don't know if you remember that girl from Texas that tried to sue Texas because she didn't get in. Instead, it was because they let in too many black people, and everybody's like, bro, what?
What about?
They're like, how would you even know that that's what that is? It's like, no, because affirmative action. And then they like released the numbers, and it was like only like 4 black people got in ahead of her, and all of them had like better grades than her, and like and more extracurriculums. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, you just weren't good enough.
It's mad funny. I've also heard parents pretending that their kids are in special needs programs, and
to try to get them
through. And it's kind of like, wait, so to avoid to seem that your kid is not smart enough, you're gonna make it seem like he's mentally retarded.
Mm-hmm. But then you're like, he's smart enough for somebody who's mentally impaired. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
He's super smart for that kind of person.
And then I'm saying like, what I'm saying is, and then again, it's like you rather have somebody in like. That's like saying like, oh, you rather play JV for a better high school than varsity on like a less, not as popular high school. It's like, all right, man, you got it.
But I mean, I've said that too. Like, if I was like a 5-star basketball recruit, I would never go to like Duke or Kentucky or something. Like, I would go to like fucking East Northern Western State and just be like balling there and be like the only. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only big deal. I'm like a big fish in a small pond.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I feel like if you these like somebody like DeMarcus Cousins, like people barely remember he was in Kentucky. Like if he played for some random ass school, like they always remember him.
What I'm saying is like, why would you even want to go to a school that you can barely get into anyway? It's just gonna be hard as fuck, right?
Exactly. Like I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. But it's just a funny thing about like people be so privileged, especially rich people, because like, bro, because you can't get into one school, you got like, all right, fuck it, fuck second schools or fallbacks. We just gonna pay $700,000,
right?
Like, nah, bro. Like it has to be like a status thing.
So
like, they just want their kid to seem like they can get in there, because otherwise it don't make sense, bro. Just let your kid take the L. You know what I mean? Like people will be out here. Wait, what'd you say?
I said they're just trying to make it seem like they're above the status quo.
Yeah, it's just it has to be an appearance thing. Like, oh yeah, my kid got in the USC,
which
otherwise it don't make any sense.
Yeah, which leads us to one of our topics, bro. Like only taking advice when it fits your narrative. Like some parents really die on that hill of like having an appearance. Like that shit hits home to me. Like back home in my hometown, there's like this, there's a pretty clear division of like who has money and who doesn't. And a lot of people end up having less money than the people that don't have money, trying to prove to the people that do have money that they have money as well. And it just doesn't work out like that, It's like a common version of Keeping Up with the Joneses, but it's like a more than trying to buy things out of your league. It's more of just like trying to finesse and make the image and mirage of it, you know?
Right. I was actually saying that on Twitter. Like people try to say like our generation and like the younger ones are like get obsessed with like putting up these fake fronts on like social media, on like Instagram and Facebook, Twitter and shit. And I'm like, bro, this is no different than your mom or like like you know what I'm saying, like how people did Keeping Up with the Joneses. Like, oh yeah, my kid's smart too. Like we do this and that. My kid's an honor student. Let me put that on my fucking car.
Right.
You
Lori
know,
Loughlin is just in a neighborhood with other
everybody have to be smarter than they actually is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to make it look like they got shit going for them than they actually do. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody put up that fake shit, regardless if it's social media or not.
Yeah, like Lori Loughlin, regardless of your status, like she's probably amongst the community that has smart kids, and she's like, "Oh, well, my kid can go to USC too." You know?
Exactly.
Right. So there's always a lane that you're trying to compete in, but
all right, I'm never gonna be capping like that. I'm like, if my kid's like stupid, then it's like, hey, you're not good at that. We're gonna have to find something that you're good at. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be, you know, and you don't get into your number one school like, dog, that was your number one school. You know, it's not that big a deal to go to a different school. Like you just got lucky to be going to college. You know what I'm saying?
right, yeah. And that's funny too, because it's like I think I myself I'm the type to I don't really I feel like I know what I'm not good at in this world, so I kind of double down on the things I am good at.
Right.
And I feel like I find comfort in knowing that I don't know some things, you know?
Right. But I think every parent thinks that they're Joe Jackson or the Serena Williams like dad, where like, oh, there's greatness in my kid. I gotta make sure to get it out of him. And it's like, bro, your kid's trash, and you ain't you also trash, and now you just being trash to your kid, trying to make them do shit that they not good at, and it don't fucking help them in the long run.
Now that I'm an adult, it's funny because, like, you know, obviously when you're a kid, I don't have any kids, obviously, but when I was a kid, and you know, you coming up and you play sports and stuff, and you hear about, oh, well, my dad told me this, and my dad told me that. And you get older and you see these people that like tell their kids what's up. I'm like, dude, your dad just plays basketball at the gym. He doesn't know anything.
Exactly.
Like a real coach, like that doesn't always fly. I remember that used to be like the word of everything. Well, my mom said this. It's like, bro, your mom, it's like she doesn't know everything. But at the time, like,
yeah, at the time it was like, yeah, because you only get stuff from two sources, from your parents, really.
right?
And then you go to school and you kind of hear from your teacher too, but it's basically your parents. And then as you grow up, I used to say this when I worked at retail, but like once I worked in retail, I realized like a solid 60% of the world is stupid. So like people taking their mom word for it, like, I'm gonna be real with you, dog. Your mom's stupid.
Like I hate to break it to you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, yeah, we talked about that, dude. Like how people that work at Walmart, whatever, work anywhere, tell doctors like, nah, I'm good, you know, go against doctors' orders and shit.
That shit must be wild, dude. Because you go to the doctor to you go to the doctor for them to tell you what you have, but you try to tell the doctor what you think you have. And that's pretty much what you do every time. You're like, oh, what are you here for? Like, oh, I think I got strep throat, and they're like, well, let me check. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I will say, and that's what I was talking about, is taking advice when you have only fits your narrative. Is, you know, I've been sick the last couple of days, and it pisses me off a lot because I feel like I take the prior steps needed to not be sick. I, properly hydrate. I eat healthy relatively. I work out, and I don't drink alcohol or smoke cigarettes. I smoke weed, but like, that does weaken your immune system. But other than that, I kind of stay low key, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I get sick, I'm like, fam, like, whatever. So, what's funny is like I went to CVS and I asked the pharmacist. I was like, "Yo, can I ask you a question real quick? I feel like I got something coming down. I was like, my nose is stuffed. I kind of feel drained. My throat don't hurt, but it feels just like clogged.
Mm-hmm.
What should I do?" And your man's like, "Oh man, it sounds like you got the flu coming." I was like, "Nah, that ain't it, man. Like I know flu season was like still dwindling, but I don't got it, bro. I'm good." And he's like, "Okay, well, you should probably take this and not exercise. And I was like, well, man, I've been kind of lazy at the gym recently, so I kind of want to like exercise. So I don't. I was like, I don't feel like that bad, bro. Like I'm just saying, like my nose is kind of fucked up. And he's like, all right, well, take this, and I would say probably don't work as much. I was like, yeah, you're right. I do work a lot, man. So I should probably chill on that. And he's just like, all right, man, like dude, whatever, thanks. And I was just laughing because people be like that because there's other things like if someone like goes out a lot, right, and they got a lot of problems, and you're like, oh, maybe you should chill on dancing for the weekend if your knee hurts, and people are like, nah, that ain't it. And then they'll be like, oh, I sit at a desk all day. That's why my knee hurts. It's like, nah, it's probably the dancing, bro.
So basically, you just wanted to be what you thought because you're like, I don't want the flu, so I don't got the flu.
Right. And knock on wood, I'm not, hopefully I don't get that shit. But that's what I'm saying is like sometimes I took that shit down. Like, nah, I ain't got the flu. And I was denying him.
And he's out there like, bro, why'd you even ask me, man?
But then when he said I gotta work less, I was like, yeah, I agree with you. And he's like, man, you agree with the shit that like I can't prove, right?
All right, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
And then he's just like, all right, man, okay, you got it, bro.
Well, that's what I was saying. So like when people are like, yo, you should probably drink less. People are like, nah, man, I didn't ask you. It's like, yes, you did. You just asked me like, why do I feel sick?
All right.
But
that's funny. I mean, yeah, you definitely get that. Like, them people who are like, they tell you about their problems, but you can tell they just wanted you to tell them, like, just agree with them. And then when you start coming like, I don't know about that. Like that seemed like you could have done some things differently. And then they start getting mad at you. Like, oh, why you on their side? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or like, or people say something like, yo, what if I do this? And then you tell them like what you need to do. And they're like, well, I want to do that. It's like, well, are you asking me for a solution or just what you want to hear?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not to put, I'm not gonna throw girls under the bus, but sometimes that be what it is. Girls just want to vent, and you be out here trying to come with solutions, and they're like, no. You trying to fix shit. I'm just trying to tell you what's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, oh, that's weird. Because me, if something's wrong, I'm at least trying to look for some solutions. But you know what I'm saying? But whatever. But I definitely be like that. I try not to be like, do it too much. But I'm with you. Like, if I really didn't want to be sick, I'm like, you sure though? Maybe it's this. Or, Katie would come with me like, oh, I think this is that. And I'm like, nah, I think you're tripping.
Well, I'm saying people do that for anything. Nah, I can't be sick. It's my birthday. It's my birthday week. It's like, exactly. Well, all right, man. Well, like, it is what it is type shit. But I will say, bro, it's fucking annoying when your nose is stuff, bro. It's like, you gotta breathe out your mouth.
Like it's like your nose and stuff, right?
Yeah. But
you get the wheezing, you start feeling it, and you sitting there and you kind of start listening to yourself and you're like, yo, has my nose been whistling this whole time?
But it's cool, man, because it's funny. The one thing I will say is we all notice when your nose gets stuffed, but we don't ever notice when your nose gets like unstuffed, No one wakes up and is like, yo, we live,
Right, exactly. Unless you've been going through it for the last couple days. Honestly, nose shit is not the worst. I just hate when it like the shit drips into your throat and then you get like a sore throat and shit. That shit is annoying as hell.
Yeah, hopefully it's just like it's just
hopefully you're good though.
Yeah, but other than that, man, that's what I was saying is I was going all week with the Gatorade, hard with the emergency, because I work in a small ass office, dude, and everyone's been sick, and I'm like, yo, this shit just lingers. It's like a TV show with like a cartoon where the shit's just like a green streak and it like just crawls through the air.
And that's what I've been learning working in the office, that shit you just get more contagious.
Yeah,
it's like a petri dish. Everybody you gotta sanitize up, my guy.
Oh, dude, I do every day, but eventually it's just like, bro, you're just like, you're gonna catch it. And it's like something, it's then like, it's petty, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we were like a very weak, if the human body was not as, as intense as it is, something as petty as like a common cold could kill us,
Right, for sure. But I think we reached that moment that the best part of our shows Songs of the week, bro. What you got this week?
Yeah, man, we're hitting them with a couple minutes early, but we good. This week I'm in my bag a little bit because the New York Football Giants decided to trade Odell Beckham Jr. And man, it was an emotional moment because he was there. My senior year of college, he got drafted, and I kind of was like, cool, this is like the next chapter of life to look forward to. The Giants, and I'm graduating college. This is gonna be cool. Your man put up mad crazy yards, broke a lot of records, including Randy Moss's, and it was very exciting. But business is business, and your man got shipped to Cleveland Browns. So wish him best of luck, man. A lot of people switching up, hating him, shit like that. Can't do it to you.
You were hating him?
Oh, a lot of people did. They were saying that and he was complaining. Now that everything that everybody else was hating him on is what they're saying now. Oh, he was a distraction. He was a
I never
crybaby.
got any of that. That was dumb.
Dude, that's he was a crybaby. He was a distraction. He was all about himself, and now they're all saying this shit. And even I'm not gonna put him on blast, but someone in my circle said something about the boat trip and how he didn't come clutch in the playoffs and how he only had 3 catches in the playoffs. And so with that being said, Odell Beckham Jr., best of luck in Cleveland. But we're gonna go out with Mace. I'll be missing you because a lot of Giants fans are gonna be missing you, man. I feel bad. A lot of the kids coming up, man. I remember myself as a little Giants fan. Like I could imagine Odell Beckham's like being, one of the face of the NFLs and one of fan favorites, and then he goes away. That's probably sad, bro. But we carry on, bro. I was a fan before Beckham. I'll be a fan after Beckham, and we carry on. So Mace, I'll be missing you.
There you go. That was a mature outlook on it because everybody was on Twitter. A lot of people were either just mad off rip, and then like you said, the people who just being irrational about it, like he was bad or something. It's like, bro, that's okay. That don't got to be the case.
Yeah, he was amazing. I mean, I'm not gonna front.
Right, exactly. But that's why I'm like, I'm glad I don't. I'm off the team ship because like the team I used to root for out here doing shit like trading for Case Keenum. So I'm like, yeah, best decision I've ever made in my life. They out here doing
and Josh
shit.
Johnson before Kaepernick and all that.
Like it's like, all right, got you. Also too, shout out to the Bonnies, St. Bonaventure University men's basketball team. We were playing in the damn A10 championship today, and we're up by 15. Ended up losing by 2. On the last second shot, we could have had the game.
Damn.
But dude missed a 3. So we won't be going. We went to the tournament last year. I didn't think we were gonna go to the tournament this year. We started off like 4-10, and so I was like, it's not looking like a tourney year, which is cool, is whatever. A little program like us usually, if we go to the tournament, every couple years, like that's real good. You know what I'm saying?
You guys going to NIT?
I doubt it. I think nowadays a lot of teams don't even like doing NIT because it just be a lot. But I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. It's back when ASU was not a basketball school. We used to, claim that shit tough. But now, yeah, I mean, hopefully the Devils can hold you down, bro. Selection Sunday. Hopefully we get a good seed. But
whatever team that I pick is gonna hold me down. I don't even know. Yeah. But either way, honestly though, like I was sad, and mad when it happened because I'm like back. That could have been back-to-back years. That'd have been crazy, to root for it. But honestly, I'm glad in some ways for my bracket because I can't be biased with my team, and I gotta have us at least winning 2 games every time. Like I don't care. It's like, yo, our team wasn't even that good. We were 18-15, and I'm like, nah, bro, we definitely Sweet 16. You know what I'm saying? Like in the tournament, so it probably would have fucked up my bracket anyway. So now I can kind of be more objective. And because that's the thing, I was getting pissed today. I'm like, man, I really only get pissed for like 2 teams now. You know what I'm saying? Like because I've been kind of cutting down on my sports fandom in terms of but I got people barking at me to pick a new football team and shit like that. But I don't know. It's kind of cool to not be as invested, but it is cool to be invested because then you get like the actual like feeling of I'm actually. Like my emotions are actually tied to this game, and like you're a little bit more in tune with what's going on. Even though still not caring about shit is a good feeling too. You
Become
can
a
just enjoy the game and not be, mad. You can't be like, oh, that was a bullshit call, because like you're kind of more objective about it,
become a fan of the AZCFL, bro. Shouts to me.
There you go.
You can root for the they got a bunch of squads, man. Shouts to CFL.
There you go.
Yeah, you can root for them, man.
But yeah, that didn't really tie in anything. But my song of the week, the homie Schoolboy Q is back. I know y'all saw that shit. Num Num Juice. That shit bang. My only problem is it's fucking short as shit. It's like a minute and like 47 seconds, a minute 57 seconds, which is annoying because rap songs have just been getting shorter and shorter. Like, but I don't know if anybody's noticed this but me, but every rap song now is like under 3 minutes because of streaming services. So like the more streams you get, the more money you make. So everybody's been making their songs extra short so people play it over again and they get more streams. So it's just annoying. But I'm hoping, like in his last album, Blank Face, he dropped Groovy Tony, and that was a short song. But then like when he dropped the album, it was actually longer and it had Jadakiss on it. So maybe this would just be like, it's just a preview for the album. And then, when it drops, it'll be something better. But definitely check out Num Num Juice. That's my song of the week. There wasn't really any albums that dropped that I needed to review. There really wasn't really anything. I'm about to check and see what I find out there in the wild.
You should check out. I mean, nah, you probably wouldn't be into Low Skies, but I think Shelby was a good album. I talked about that. I wanted to check out. There's a song Kanye did called "Mixed Personalities" with this dude named YM Yelly or some shit. I don't.
Because that's the guy who. You didn't hear about that guy?
No, I can't keep up with these dudes, bro. They all got from pictures. It looks like they got money, but it could be fake.
Nah, so that guy apparently he killed 2 of his best friends.
What?
And he made a whole song about it where he literally described himself killing his friends, like saying like, "Yo, he ain't mean to do it. Like he shot the dude. Now he got blood on his hands and like and then like it came out that he got like indicted for that shit. And they're like, yo, this nigga really recorded a song about killing his homies. What the hell?
That's crazy. All right, well, never mind.
Yeah, I'm just like, yo, that's fucking crazy. Like, and I heard like parts of the song. I was like, yo, this is some serial killer shit, bro.
I'll have to check that part out, but who knows? But anyway, song of the week, man. Boom, boom, boom. So I will say though, man, shouts to you for putting up with me week in, week out. Volume 77 of the Bucket Up Podcast. For the new buckets, man, for the old to the old buckets, thanks for continuing to grow and ride this wave. To the new buckets, bro, where can they find us?
Yeah, if this your first time listening, you can find us on Spotify, we're on SoundCloud, we're on Google Play, we're on Stitcher Radio. Did I say Apple Podcasts?
Not yet. We on Turns Up TV radio sometimes.
Right.
Shouts to Lance.
Hey, and be sure to follow us on Instagram. We're at the Bucket Hat Boys. On Twitter, we're at Bucket Up Podcast. And then we're the Bucket Up Podcast on Facebook. Hit us up on there. You know what I'm saying? And make sure we've been trying to get the homies to do this, people who we know listen. If you fuck with us, leave a review. I might actually throw this at the beginning of the podcast, but like leave a review if you bang with us, 5 stars, and like write something. It don't have to be anything crazy. Write something nice.
And shout out to those that have left a review. They would be hard.
Shout out to you guys. Especially if you're on the Apple or if you use Apple Podcasts, leave that review. I think you can leave a comment on SoundCloud, but that's not doesn't do much. But I think you can
leave a review on the comments
too.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely shout out to Kurt Riders for always, hitting us up with the comments too. But yeah, that's pretty much it, my guy.
Volume 77, bro. Bucket Hat Boys, we out.
Cheer. All right, you want to do the intro?
Yeah. Jesus. Oh, I caught it. What up? Yo, did you check if the place is still open? Yeah, you. All right, well, so is mine.
The place called the place?
Nah, man, we're trying to get our nails did.
Oh shit.
Trying to get
might be late, my guy.
I'm trying to get a pedicure. Or some sushi, but I can't fucking taste nothing.
Just put wasabi on everything.
Yes. You're right. I should put wasabi up my nose. Dude, that's what's so funny though. I know some Laker fans, but like I was, talking shit that Knicks beat the Lakers, and all year I've been hearing about like how the guys he has aren't enough, and they should have been traded, especially Ingram and Kuzma and whoever else. And then today, a bunch of people are like, "Oh well, Ingram was hurt. That's why they lost." I'm like, man, I thought he wasn't enough. You can't go both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But shouts to the Knicks. Yeah, bro. Next time me and Joel come through, we're gonna play this game, THC game.
What game? I'm like typing it on that screen.
Oh my bad. It's that board game that's like weed themed.
Oh yeah, my bad.
I liked it.
What else did we talk about? Aunt Becky.
You can call it, say Aunt Becky is Aunt
Biners.
Becky Aunt Becky trying to finesse Sally Mae.
Oh yeah. What else we talk about? Taking advice. We don't like only taking advice when you need it. What was it?
Only taking advice when you want to hear it. Or no.
Only taking the advice you want to hear.
Yeah, only taking the advice you want. How about that?
Or just do it more.
We can save the other two for next week.
Yeah. There we go. All right, so I'll say on today's episode of the Bucket Up Podcast, and then you'll say we review more restaurants and 2 TV shows, and then I say Aunt Becky trying to finesse Sally Mae, and then you'll say only taking the advice you want, and then I could just say and more.
That's fine. What was it? There was something we said about the side shit on the side. That's all good.
Okay. On today's episode of the Bucket Up Podcast,
we review more restaurants and 2 new TV shows.
Aunt Becky from Full House trying to finesse Sally Mae.
Only taking the advice you want to hear.
And much more. I bet.